Okay, welcome. We got a very interesting video for you today. I've been out to my local car boot sale and I'm going to share with you some of my finds. And I've had some beautiful stuff for very, very little money, full of history, and just goes to show some of the things you can get at a car boot sale. We're going to start off with this piece, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is a Molica Art Nouveau Tankard. Dates to very late teens, 1918, 1919, something like that. Art Nouveau period is typically known as sort of 1890 through to 1910, but it didn't just stop on the nail. Basically, there was transition between the Art Nouveau period and the Art Deco period, so you still get Art Nouveau design pieces right up into the early 20s, really, especially if you're talking Central Europe like Belgium and France. Now, this particular tankard is from Belgium. It is Art Nouveau. These are stylized trees. What is important about this tankard is this here across the front. It has this band with the word Vrede. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm very sorry. Beautiful, beautiful thing. The word translates, there you go, to peace. So I've done some research and I do believe this is circa 1918, 1919. Now, the war ended in November in 1918. So this would have been done very soon after that to commemorate the end of the war. It is period, it is Art Nouveau and Majolica, and it is absolutely beautiful. But I can't find another one worldwide. It is gorgeous. I love the Majolica tankard. And to have the bit of history behind it being to celebrate the end of World War One, we call it now Remembrance Day or Armistice Day. But yeah, I think this would have been produced very soon after the end of the war, if not coming up to the end of the war, maybe hoping for peace. But very nice to have this inscribed on the band around the middle. It's in really good condition. So yeah, I've put it down as Art Nouveau tankard with peace motif. So definitely World War One, and it's just gorgeous. Now to pull something like that out of a car boot sale up in Herefordshire is just wonderful. But can you picture this at the time? The whole world has just gone through World War One. Millions and millions of people have died, years and years of conflict, and then you come to an end. And the feeling they must have had, um, you know, the relief at the end, and then they commemorating and they mashing together this Art Nouveau period style, right in with the fact they're really relieved and happy with the piece. I just thought it was a wonderful thing. So that was my first buy. Was a Belgium tankard Art Nouveau for World War One. This is my next piece. Again, Hereford. Beautiful sterling silver. Now, this is a sugar tongs or sugar nips. Basically, it's little tongs to pick up your cubes of sugar. Sugar used to come in cubes. Now, these are Georgian. They are 222-year-old. That's how old they are. They are really spectacular. Now, what you're looking at there is the maker's mark. So you can see there the maker's mark, which is PB, AB, and WB. And on the other side, I should have, oh, there's a close-up of the mark for you. And I can already tell you that is the Bateman family, but I'll show you how I know that in a moment, but I knew it anyway. And over the other side, we have this. Now, this is quite unique because, first of all, we have King George here. Then we have the lion patent, and then we have the date letter H, but we don't have an assay office. Normally, you'd have an assay office here. Now, one of the things I do if I don't have an assay office is I will first of all try and track down which assay the makers worked in. Now, the first thing I go to all the time, if it doesn't have an assay office, is London. And lo and behold, this was a piece from London. It is beautifully engraved. The end of it does have a family monogram or initials, which is very typical of the period because you would have had to have been a wealthy family to afford sterling silver back then, 222 years ago. Now, to identify my silver marks, I don't have books or anything anymore. I come across to a website called silvermakersmarks.co.uk, then go to their index. So if you go to their index, first of all, you come across here, you can go Makers Marks or Hallmark Identification. Down here, then, you have the different assay offices. So you've got Birmingham, Chester, Dublin, Edinburgh, and so forth. We won London, so we come all the way down to London. And the date letter we know was H. So we already know we got King George on there. And there you have it. 1803. It's missing the leopard's head. But we got the lion patterned King George and the letter H. And then we come over here and we have PB, AB, WB, which is Peter, Anne, and William Bateman. And they worked in London from 1799 to 1805, which then ties in with the date letter, which we had of 1803. And it is as simple as that for dating your silver. This is a free website to use. Anybody can use it. You don't have to be a member, and you just put in, your maker's mark. For the maker's mark, let me give you an example how easy it is, right? So I'll go back to the very beginning for you. So you come over to the website here, Maker's Marks and that. So we want Maker's Marks. Then we want, obviously, the assay office, go to London. Now, it was nice and easy because it was P was the first letter, but it was PB. So go there and then you just scroll down and there it is, PB, AB, WB, Peter and Anne, William Bateman. It is that simple. So if you've got any silver you want to date or identify, use this site. It is totally free. This I absolutely loved. Now, this is a later copy, I believe, of a painting by, I believe it was, where is it? Robert Owen, is it? Bear with. Yeah. There's a traditional set or painting by Robert Owen, which is considered letting the clowns out of Pandora's box. And that is what I believe this is. Now, it's hard to see in this photograph, but there is a word Pandora wrote across the chest there. Now, this is oil on canvas. It is beautifully painted. Look at the quality of the painting. It is a later painting. It's stamped on the back, Worldwide Art Limited, and dated 1984. Signed on the front there, R. MacDonald, which possibly is R. MacDonald. Maybe they didn't do the D, or the slope could be the D. But it's signed R. MacDonald. It is an oil on canvas, and it's beautifully made, beautifully painted. I love it all. There's the signature. There's the writing. It's hard to see, but that's Pandora. Basically, it's Pandora's box. All right, and I absolutely adore it, and it's in a nice frame. It's a nice painting. Now, that's the entire reverse of it. So you have down the side here, 10th of January 1984. Then, but there you have stamped Worldwide Art Limited, and then you have the seal there, Worldwide Art, and loads of different things wrote all over the back. There you go. It is a really nice thing. But it's a oil on canvas after the original. Now, let me share with you what the original looks like. This is just one of the paintings. You can see there is clown opening Pandora's box, and you have many clowns coming out. The particular image I have is a famous image, although I haven't been able to find the exact one. I'm assuming it's the same artist, which is, as I say, Robert Owen. Clowns out of Pandora's box. I just thought it was a beautiful painting. Now, it's a good size too. Where are we? Something like 18, 19 inches. It's in here somewhere. You can't see it. It's about 19 inches, if I remember right, by about 15 inches. So it was a really good size. And I absolutely love it. It's got some crazing, some crackling to the paint, but it's a really nice thing. Moving on, most of these buys, I think, came from Hereford this week. This is an Empoli art glass decanter. No, it's an early Empoli decanter. Empoli being Italian glass, I think is a region in Italy, but it's known as Empoli glass. Now here we have a sort of molded, it could be mold blown, I would say mold blown glass decanter with a bunch of grapes on the front. But this is an early example, and how I know that I'll explain to you in a moment. Now on the shoulders, it's got some sort of melt in there. Maybe when it went into the mold, it got caught or something like that. It's no holes, it's just all cracks. It just got melted on the shoulder. Now, when you look at that stopper, it's a beautiful hand-blown stopper, nice hollow teardrop there. But they went from just the plain glass to having a cork around the glass. Then from there to having plastic stoppers or glass stoppers with plastic sleeves around them. So this is an early example. It's a really nice example. It's large. Again, it's really big. This was like 19 inches tall, something like that, if I remember right. I'm going to have to double check. I don't know why it's not putting my sizes in. I'm sure I put the sizes in when I done it. Anyway, this is a big, big piece of glass. And really, mid-century modern is really desirable at the moment. Everybody's after mid-century, and this is a fine example. Again, I love it. Hereford again. That little bit in the middle looks a bit of a mess, doesn't it? But it's actually rose petals, turned over rose petals to form a rose on the top of the brooch. So we have a handmade brooch, handmade in Greece from 800 silver. The brooch has been beautifully crafted, then is set on the outside perimeter with turquoise stones. Then you take a step in and you have marcasites. Really nice. Then you have this gold, 9-carat gold disc. Then you have a mixture of white, silver, and yellow gold rose petals. It is fabulous. It's a beautiful brooch. I say handmade, and it is gorgeous. There you go. There's the details. Handmade in Greece, 800 for 800 silver. I hope I've got the side-on view for you to see how thick the gold is. I don't think I included it. I'll have to do another image side-on, because this gold disc here is quite thick. So there's going to be a gram or two of gold in this brooch as well. But it is really, really nice brooch. And as I say, it's got everything about it. It's quality, it's precious metal, it's got turquoise, marcasites, it's got good age, it's handmade, and I love this rose on the top. And that was absolutely gorgeous. And this will be my final one for today's video. And we have, it is Islamic, but still comes under the Chinese origin. So still produced in China originally. So we have a 19th century Islamic coffee pot. And I'm going to read the description notes. So it's nearly identical to the one held in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. The piece is likely attributed to Yarkand or Tashkent. If I'm pronouncing them wrong, I'm very sorry. You know, I'm dyslexic. Which is present day I can't even pronounce it. Dyslexic. You'll have to read that for yourself. Which is also known as Western China. Anyway. Now, the one in the museum is holding a lid. This one doesn't have a lid. Embossed and chased in bronze, intricate floral geometric detailing, classic Islamic form, flayed foot, crescent topped spout. Beautiful thing. 8 inches tall without the lid. It would have had a lid. Right, I'll share the photos with you. It is gorgeous. This is 19th century bronze coffee pot. Right. It's Islamic taste, but it would have been produced, which was then China. There you go. What made me think Chinese was this here, this little bit there. Anyway, if I get back to the main picture for you, there you go. And then take a look at that, and then we're going to come across here, Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, and there we have it. It would have had, as I say, a lid on the top, which it hasn't got. It's lost the lid. But it is identical. Absolutely stunning thing. I really wish I had the lid. If I had the lid, I probably wouldn't sell it. Anyway, come down here and they've attributed it to China or present day, I can't even pronounce it, copper embossed and chased. And they were credit line, they were given that in 1891. I struggle with my dyslexia, as you know. I can't read certain words, and I certainly couldn't read that word. But beautiful, beautiful objects, all of which come in from car boot sale. Now, you shouldn't be able to find this type of stuff at car boot sale, but you know what? It is out there, and I do it every single week. I buy some absolutely beautiful stuff. If anybody doesn't know me, my name's Walter O'Neill, and I'm the founder of AntiquesArena.com. My YouTube channel has around 1,100 videos, all designed to help you how to identify antiques, how to love antiques, how to find antiques, you name it. It's all there designed to help you. So I hope you enjoyed. Some lovely bits of history there. I've broke it down because they're so important pieces, or they're such wonderful pieces. I thought rather than chuck 10 or 12 pieces in a video, I'll make a couple of videos because the stuff really does deserve a good explanation or description of what it is. Hopefully you've enjoyed this way of doing it, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks for watching.